Delancey Street is a story John Blackstone has sent us from San Francisco. It is about faltering and falling down, something we all do. But some people cannot seem to get up again and fall farther until standing erect comes to seem to them impossible. What they need is somebody who will not pass them by, who will stop and offer a hand. Her name is Mimi.
So now, here we go. This is, as promised, the first of an endless series of semester change seminars.
Not long ago, they were all more comfortable in prison uniforms than in business clothes. Now it's time for more change in their lives. New job assignments, new challenges.
Drivers with paratransit. Richard DeCoy.
This is a regular part of life in Delancey Street, one of the country's most successful halfway houses. Men and women whose lives are in ruins give up crime, drugs, and alcohol for 4 years of hard work with no pay.
It's a time of change.
Mimi Silbert runs Delancey Street. She's the only one here who is not an ex-con or recovering addict. But she doesn't get paid either.
It's the only place that exists which truly belongs to the residents. They either make it work or it won't work. There is no money coming from the government to support it. There's no money coming from any fees to support it. They either have to carry it themselves or it falls apart. And so what starts to happen is that people rise to the occasion. And after doing that for a while, they come to find out that change is possible.
You do well. You do well.
No idea.
I didn't either. Who did?
Delancey Street supports itself and trains its residents by running businesses ranging from a car repair shop to a restaurant and bakery to a moving company.
When I first came on Delancey Street, I was working on maintenance. That's one of the hardest things for me. I couldn't understand how that was going to save my life. Hey, Dave, what you doing?
Warren Page went to jail first when he was 16 years old. At 38, he spent most of his adult life behind bars. When Warren arrived at Delancey Street, his first job was to keep the place clean.
They wanted me to empty the trash, sweep the floor, serve people, all this. And I'm like, these people gotta be mad. I'll go back to jail before I do this. I don't need this. Don't they know who I am? Nah, they must haven't heard about who I am. Come on. Nice and easy.
2 years later, Warren works harder than he ever imagined, moving furniture for Delancey Street's moving company.
I always thought a job was for squares. From an 8 to 5 job to work, an honest job, it was like it was for squares. Gangsters didn't do that. That's who I thought I was. So now I know how to work. I never knew how to work before. Now I see why people are having jobs for 30 years. Because they know they had conditioned themselves to work. They make fun. They have fun working.
George Cusick is chief of the moving crew.
Well, all of us on this crew right here, we'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for Delancey Street. And that's why you see us working so fast and so hard, and you see everybody take pride in what they do, because it's our lives are on the line.
Well, maybe you can help me. My name is Stephanie. I'm with Delancey Christmas Sales, and we worked with Bob last year in doing the decorations for the City Club, and we also do the tree downstairs at the Pacific Stock Exchange.
A quarter of Delancey Street's residents are women. Stephanie Mueller has been appointed to head the sales force of Delancey Street's decorating company.
It's made a huge difference in my life. I wouldn't have made it otherwise. I was sure people would know. When I would go out on sales when I was new, they'd know. Say, she's in Delancey Street, or she was a drug addict. But when I found out it was just a lot of people that had done what I had done, and there was something about it that just felt real to me. It just felt real. I said, well, let me give it a try. I can always leave tomorrow. And then I'd say, well, I can always leave next week. And then I just kept putting it off until I got the hang of it.
There are no professional counselors at Delancey Street, no teachers, no therapists.
Most programs are set up where there's a staff of experts, and they help the poor, sick, needy people to do things. And our approach, of course, is the opposite, which is each one, teach one. And the idea is that you really help yourself most when you're helping someone else.
Yeah, you look like you're warm in this thing.
Richard DeCoy has just changed jobs.
It was a new job when I started 3 months ago. It was very different from the construction that I was doing on the new facility. I drive a route every day. It's a wheelchair route, this one in particular. The clients are great. A lot of them are characters, and I've made some friends, too. And it's been a real rewarding experience. Hi, Henry.
Even when Delancey Street uses familiar concepts, such as group therapy, it gives them unfamiliar names.
You guys are immigration by virtue of coming from the streets into Delancey Street. You came from an old life. You came from a drug life. A lot of you guys come from the pen.
People who come to Delancey Street have really hit bottom. For the most part, they've been through traditional therapy and they've been through prison. So the regular words like counseling and helping people and therapy, and we throw all those words out.
So you come in from one life to another, and so you're an immigrant.
Now, Delancey Street residents are showing off their proudest accomplishment ever, their new home. A $13 million complex of apartments and stores on prime real estate on San Francisco's waterfront. They built it themselves.
I did a lot of cabinet making. I did all the closets here, and that to me was, when I can go back and look at it, say, damn, I did that. Now that I know how to measure and do a little carpentry, I show somebody else, and that's what we do here in Delancey Street. We give back.
We went out of our way to make not just a nice building, but a gorgeous building that's in the 300 unskilled people with no work habits who have screwed up everything they've ever touched, quite honestly. They made this, and they made it, they didn't just make a home, they made a gorgeous home. And it's like a physical symbol of everything we've been trying to fight for.